So, when we talk about courage, this morning I was with a group, and I would love to hear your opinion on this as well. We studied a particular scripture in Proverbs, but the thing that really impressed me about it was how it talked about how the righteous have to have courage of a lion in order to be leaders and to help with the chaos in our country. So it really talked about being courageous and stepping up. And so, in terms of being Christ-like and stepping up with courage, how do you see that as your in your life being a leader, a bold and courageous leader, in order to bring peace to the situation? I mean, whatever context you're in. So your family, your community, your organizations. How does courage fit into that?
Well, I think we have to be courageous to come into any situation where there is conflict. Especially for me, because I avoid conflict. I do not like it. I do not like when there are strong opinions on opposing sides and there are people who are not willing to compromise or to be willing to allow the other person their other opinion and not be wrong or bad.
Yeah.
And I feel that right now the culture in our I don't know, the United States, the world, I don't know, is to put everyone in very defined and specific boxes and tell them that their box is bad. And I don't think anyone, even if you listed off all the things I am, that doesn't mean that I think the same way that would check off the same boxes. And I think that's where we get in trouble. And I think that if I'm courageous to say what I believe, then, and that contradicts the assumptions of what I believe, then that might support someone in seeing that someone who has all of these boxes checked off doesn't necessarily believe these things all the time, because I don't, right? So I think if we're courageous in sharing what we believe, then that is a way of bringing peace to the situation a little. But I think also being someone who is willing to not see other people as bad, being willing to listen to other people's opinions, being willing to be quiet, and not cause the fight ourselves, being willing to bring an attitude of peace to the world ourselves is going to affect more peace, because you get back what you put out, right? So if you're putting out peace, then you'll get peace back. But I think also, like, situational, I had a friend that was very verbal about how she politically believed, or how she does politically believe. And I had other friends who believed the opposite, who were finding it difficult to keep her as a friend. And I told them, I said, I know that I am completely different about my political beliefs. I mean, I believed similar to them, but like my passion or this, feeling inside me was not the same. And I said, I totally understand that. And I know that I have this ability to, when it comes to politics, to not get so, up in arms about it. I'm not this huge crusader of a cause when it comes to political matters. And so I understand that it's most likely easier for me to just overlook these behaviors, even though they're contrary to my own. And so, I feel for you in this situation, but at the core of who she is, you love her, you know who she is. You spent time with her. You've gone on trips with her. You've shared a hotel room with her. You know who she is. And now you also know that she believes completely different than you in this political situation. Is that enough to write her off as a friend? And so they were interested. I had them with two different people, and it was interesting how the conversation went, because this person is still my friend and I am still friends with these other two people. So I feel like we were able to have a conversation that was a difficult conversation, and still remain friends. And it wasn't heated. It wasn't, I feel like it kind of brought the intensity of the feelings down. I could be wrong, but that's how I left it. So I think that there is the possibility. It's all in the attitude that you bring to the conversation, or the attitude that you bring to the situation. Are you going to engage in the energy of others, or are you going to come into it with a energy of peace or an energy of calmness or whatever, and have that influence the energy of the situation instead of the other way around?
Yeah. That's very wise. And that's what the scripture said, that in the middle of chaos in the land, there's a lot of people that come forth and try to fix that, or continue the contention, and just like you said, keep it going. But yet the man with understanding and knowledge will be the one that prevails in the end. So it's kind of like God knows the end of this whole thing, and our responsibility as righteous, doers of righteousness, which would mean love and peace and kindness, we will prevail. Having the courage to call upon those qualities, just the ones you talked about: being calm, being understanding, speaking from a place of wisdom rather than a place of contention. And that will be the healing balm that can actually eliminate the chaos. If enough people would take that step towards peace. Yeah. So our time is up. I appreciate your wisdom and participation. So I'm going to stop the